to another Cybersuperhuman.ai course lesson, but also live stream. This is the holiday special part 2. And today we're going to be doing something similar to what we did last time, except we're going to be using the GPT pilot. So I'm going to be using my my MacBook. And second, all right, sorry, I had my my monitor was in my ear and I was hearing myself echo. And just like my wife, I don't enjoy listening to myself. So anyway, you'll notice that we're in the same format we were last time with the live stream on YouTube, and we're going to have a few guests again. I know that I said that I was going to start the training, the local model training this Saturday, but I'm still in holiday mode, and we're going to keep it festive still a little bit, and I will move on to the local model training next week. So, all right, let's go ahead and bring in our guests before we get started. So we have pretty much the same panel that we did last time. So, and we have a few people. All right. And you'll see this time. So we have the same guest we did, and you'll notice so I pause because I'm watching chat. But we have another guest trying to join, and it's not working. And you'll see that I'm the only one on video, and I'm okay with that. I didn't want it, we don't have to dox ourselves, or I don't want the guests to dox themselves if they don't need to, don't want to. But they're still available to talk and chat and all that good stuff. So, all right. So let's give people an opportunity to join here. Looks like that we currently don't have a large live audience just yet. So we'll wait for those to build up and come in. There we go. There we go. We finally got our fifth panel member in here. And so, again, to all of our guests, you don't have to talk. You can if you want to. You don't have to show video. You can if you want to. But the reason we do this format is to make it a little fun. We had a really good time last week doing this panel format and allowing students and guests to come in and kind of direct where we go. So, all right, we're ready to get started. Anybody want to say anything before we get started?
No, particularly about hello everyone, and I hope you all had a great Christmas.
Yeah, likewise. I hope everybody had a good Christmas, and I'm looking forward to the new year. So, all right, let's see here. Let's pop this over. Look at that. Look at all the unidentified panelists here. That's all. All right, so as you can tell here today, so number one, I'm wearing my festive hat. This is the Cyber Superhuman festive hat, and then we've also got festive Grogu. All right, and you can see that I have it's cold here. It's like in the 30s Fahrenheit here. That's a big deal for South Texas. So the hope our power grid doesn't go down again. All right, so as you can see, I am on my let's do this. I'm on my MacBook this time, and we're going to be getting into. Oh yeah, it's summer in Australia. So we're going to be getting into the GPT pilot. Now, I showed this, I think, at the beginning of the last episode, maybe a couple episodes. I don't remember when it was. Anyway, but I showed you that we can use GPT pilot and how to install it. But it doesn't really work that well on Windows, and I'm having issues. But it works fine on Linux and on MacBook, so that's why I've got my MacBook up here. So I've got a completely separate computer setup. The first thing that we're going to do is when you go to extensions over here, you want to type in the GPT pilot, and there it is right there. It is an alpha, so because it's an alpha, I was asked to sacrifice 2 kids to the demo gods this morning, and I wasn't willing to do that. So, we'll see how this goes. But this is an extension, and it'll give you the option to install it. As you can see here, I already have it installed. It's really simple. You just click install, and it installs it. And then when you do, that's going to give you this icon here. This is the GPT Pilot icon. When you click on that and you click Open GPT Pilot, what you're see demo gods. It crashed. Okay, there we go. All right. You can see over here, it'll open this little plugin, and you'll see when you install it for the first time, you're going to see it's going to ask you to enter your OpenAI key. Now, I know that I was asked if we can do there were some people that were asking if we can do this one locally, and I'm not sure. I think this one is specifically OpenAI. So we put in our OpenAI key, and then that'll show up in your settings. I'm not going to expose that right now. And then you can load an app only if you've created an app using GPT Pilot. Unlike Aider, you can't go and load in an app that is already created. It has to be created in GPT Pilot. Now, the reason why I wanted, excuse me, the reason why I wanted to make sure that we had an episode of GPT Pilot is because um, it works differently than Aider, and it works within the VS Code interface, which is really cool. And I messed around with it yesterday. I was actually using it to help my kids um, build a Minecraft mod, and it works pretty well. Now, the difference between Aider and this one is that GPT Pilot works a lot like Interpreter, Open Interpreter, in that it can actually run commands with your permission on your operating system. So it'll install the modules you need to. Whereas Aider will say, hey, be sure you install these and let me know when you did that. Whereas GPT Pilot will actually interact with your computer like Open Interpreter. That could be a good thing, that can be a bad thing. So be careful with that. Now, we're going to start a new app, and why isn't so someone's asking why isn't their avatar showing? I don't know. It's really weird. I don't know why avatar's not showing. Okay. So we're going to create a new app. And by the way, I do have advanced in the settings. I have advanced, so it asks us a lot more questions. And it's just a really streamlined process. And for being an alpha, it still works extremely well. So, any ideas? Do we want to try to do what we did last time to make a local threat hunting um, app and see if it does better than Aider?
Yeah,
Or,
I'd like to see that.
yeah, I
If-
think that's. Go ahead.
No, oh good, sorry.
All right. I was leaning there as well. And so I think that would be really cool to see how well this does it. And what's interesting is in Aider, like we have to include everything in the prompt, and it doesn't ask us questions. And so here in GPT Pilot, it does a really good job of asking you lots of things. So what we're going to call it, so we'll just call this Threat Hunter. We'll do it like threat gen, and we'll capitalize everything after threat. Why not? There we go. Threat hunter. GPT. Why not? All right.
Keep it nice and subtle.
Yeah. That way, no questions what we're doing here. All right. So describe your app as in as much detail as possible. So this will be a local threat hunting app that will now. I could leave it here on my MacBook. Now, the cool thing about this is because it is in VS Code. I can commit this and I can pull it down on Windows and I can test it on Windows. It's going to be a little complicated, so I'm just going to run it here on the MacBook. We'll see if that works. It's mostly about the app and getting the app running. So yeah, and so we'll say, and here's the interesting thing: we're going to use the God mode, like we did before, but we actually using Aider, we had to go through and install all of that, and I think that GPT Pilot is going to do it on its own. So, all right, so it's going to be a thread hunting app that will, but I might actually have to do this to where we commit up and pull down if we want to use sysinternals. I didn't think that far ahead in this. So, but it's going to be complicated. So we'll just do this. We'll just do it on a MacBook. So this will be a thread hunting app that will scan the. Oh, I got a good idea. Local host for potential evidence of threats. I'm going to do this. It should detect the operating system, and if it's Windows, use sysinternals. We will use Yara and the God mode rules by Neo23x0, and that's going to be, we'll just do this on, I'm not even going to give it the link to the GitHub. I'm going to see if it'll just go and find it. Okay. Anything else we want to add to it? Oh, I see. So yeah, so we don't want to use sysinternals on Windows. I was just doing okay, and I was just, the reason why I was saying use sysinternals on Windows is because you can get it makes it easier to get a bunch of information. Yeah. I don't know. We'll leave it there for now. We're not going to be using Windows today anyway. Anything else we want to add here? Yeah, I'm doing my nicotine vape in this holiday festive thing as usual.
Anything about the output? Like, how do we format the output?
Like with JSON and all. So
yeah, how do we want to format that output? So let's do this. The scan output should show on the screen in real time, and then also save the results to a text file using Markdown formatting.
And event logs, like for iOS, and for Windows, like security event logs and Defender event logs.
What about the event logs?
That you should check for them as well.
I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna see what it does first. Well, I like that. Yeah. Okay.
Isom's got a good one about how dangerous the individual results are.
That's a good one.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. All right. What else? I think. Oh yeah, and have it do the analysis. So, I forgot about that. Finally, let's do this. The scan output. Okay, we'll do this. We'll say the results will be passed to the OpenAI API for analysis. And then we'll say, let's see, the results, okay, the scan output and progress should show on the screen in real time. And then also, followed by the analysis, and then also save the results and analysis. All right. I think that's a good start.
One more, I think, was the confidence in its findings,
Yep.
which that's
Okay.
what Arsom's on a roll in the Discord.
Mm.
There we go. Okay. All right, let's try this. Let's see where it goes from here. All right. So, what specific versions of Windows should the app support? We'll just say we'll go. Let's see. The app will support Windows 10 and above. We'll say Mac OS. I don't even know what. And you can see, by the way, here this is the running log of what it's doing, which we'll see more, and then we have the nice little interface and input here, Mac OS, and we'll say Debian based Linux. Okay. Should the app be designed with a graphical user interface or function as a command line tool? Ooh. I would, for now, let's just say command line. Okay, what level of interaction is required with the OpenAI API beyond sending the scan output for analysis? So it's neat. I mean, it's generating all these questions using AI. So, look, what level of interaction is required with the OpenAI API beyond sending the scan? I think that's pretty much it. But that's cool. We could actually do a full chat. Let's do a. So we didn't even think about this when we did the Aider version.
Was that due to the limits of Ada, or?
No, we just didn't. We weren't prompted with questions. These are things I didn't think about.
Okay.
So that's one area where I like this GPT pilot better because it makes you think and it prompts things and stuff like that. So let's make the interaction with we should have it tell us the attribution of the finding. Like, okay, we can add that into the prompt, I think. Maybe, We'll add the attribution in a little bit later. So let's make instead of let's just make it one shot. The interaction. I would like to add in the full chat functionality later, but let's just keep it like this for now. The interaction with OpenAI will be a one shot. No chat history needed for now. We'll expand upon it later. Also, we will be using. So remember, with Aider, I had to do a lot of correction on the chat, and I think because GPT, I think we'll be able to use the most recent. So let's say we'll be using the latest version of OpenAI and the new GPT-4. Let's see. New API call format and the new GPT-4 1106 preview model. Will the app require any form of user authentication or access control? Not in this first version. All right, so now it's going to come up with this. You can see down here, everything clear. So it gives you, I think it's using autogen, or it's certain. I think it's certainly using agents and functions. Or it's pretty interesting. Okay, so you can see here it's doing it's typing this whole thing. So project summary. It summarizes everything. User stories. Okay, so now, and I had a little problems with this before. So it says, do you want to add anything else? It gets caught into a loop here, and I have to kind of break out of it. But so, nope, that's it. Let's just hit enter for now. See, it gets caught in this loop.
You mean the doubling up?
Yeah, and it'll keep doing that. See, it just keeps doing that. Well, okay. Oh, it's just going through the different user stories, I think. Well, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, so it's saying something different every time. All right. Okay, let's just keep. I think it's just double checking. It's reiterating, and I'm just going to keep going through here.
Is this from a design philosophy difference with Ada, or just one goes one way, one goes the other, does something differently? Or
I think they're based on different underlying tools. So Aider is based off of Aider does have an agent functionality. GPT Pilot does. It's just I don't know. I just think that the people who develop GPT Pilot, they've just really thought out the process of how to guide the user and everything like that. It's using really the same agent-based philosophy and design principles, but I think Aider's just more polished. I mean, I'm sorry. GPT Pilot is just more polished, as you can see. Now, I don't know if it's more functional. They kind of work in different ways. Now, just FYI, so when I was doing the Minecraft mod with my kids, I had to go into. I did actually have to use Aider a couple times to do something. I was kind of using three things all at once. I was using Aider. I was using GPT Pilot as my primary interface to develop. I was using Aider to help whenever there seemed to be a limitation on GPT Pilot, and then I was using Open Interpreter to interact with my operating system and install things because I was having issues getting Java installed and things like that. And so it was kind of cool. I was using 100% AI interaction to develop this, but I was having to bounce back and forth from a few tools. So a comment in chat is one final requirement. Maybe have it tell us findings based on the diamond model, so we know adversary capabilities, victim, and infrastructure. That's a good point. We'll add that in. We'll check its iterative capabilities once we get this developed. So
at the moment, it sounds like GPT Pilot and Ada don't dominate each other. Some GPT Pilot has some stuff it does better. Ada has some stuff it does better.
yeah, it seems like it. Oh, I'm in the wrong. Let me open a different. I don't even know what it's calling this. Oh, we need to go back one. I think I have this in. Here's my Minecraft mod one. What did it even make the? It didn't make the folder yet or anything. Okay. Well, we'll just let it go for now. And all right, so notice what it does here. Okay, so it says planning the project architecture. So it actually builds all the things we're going to need. I didn't even tell it to do this in. Oh, it's saying Node.js. Forgot to tell it we're doing this in Python. Okay, so we can, hopefully it looks like we can make it adjust on the fly here. Yep, there we go. And it changed everything. Flask? Why is it saying Flask? We told it we're not doing a UI. Maybe that's interesting. Okay. All right. So looks like we're good here. So please check this message. Okay, if everything's okay, press enter. All right. So
Ouch.
It's saying please set up your local environment so the technology listed can be utilized. When you're done, write done. Now, and you can just click here. But so I didn't have to do all this. We'll see what's available. I didn't have to do this when I was messing around with this a few times before. It automatically installed these things. So we'll see. All right. So now it's starting to create the action plan. So it creates the action plan in a JSON object so that, and I'm imagining it's using this JSON to, in its code base to help it along doing what it's doing. So it goes pretty detailed here. Be curious to see if it can automatically go out and get that link. And we just kind of sit back and let it do its thing for a minute. It will create the folder automatically. I know that, man. It does a pretty good job of creating this JSON on its own, and it puts everything in the right. Yeah. So now for the actual development, it says, woohoo. So it's going to do the file, the requirements text so that we can actually just do a pip install -r and then give it the requirements.txt. It's creating a README file. And then we should see, as soon as it's done, we should see it created those files.
Will it commit like Ada did, or we don't know yet?
From what I see, it does not do git commits. From what I was messing around with this earlier.
Okay.
Then it builds this nice directory structure. Lots of files there. And so, yeah, so I think it's going to actually run this, the bash command. It may or may not. I don't. We'll see. I mean, it's just going. I would say that like this is. It seems to be more advanced functionality wise, and what it does than Aider.
Maybe it's been more dog. Maybe it's been dog fooded better.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, I think it may be based on Aider. There's other tools that I've used. Like if you look at like say Open Interpreter, I think Open Interpreter uses Aider when it needs to, and you start to see a lot of that with a lot of these tools. You start to see they're chaining together, like GPT for all and Aider, and they're all leveraging each other. So there we go. Okay, so we're here now. Let's see if we can now go to the structure. So open folder. What's going on here? It's not. Where did it create this? I thought it was putting it here. Oh, I'm dumb. It's GPT Pilot. Okay. Workspace, I think. There we go. Threat Hunter GPT. I was just being dumb. Okay. So now that we're here, it created all this stuff. So it created Skinor. There's the. Didn't really create much of a. I thought it did more than this. So it got the requirements. Now, one thing. Okay, now that we're in Python, we're probably gonna have to create a little Conda environment. Yeah, there we go. There's all the apps, and so it has already. Okay, so it's created the structure, has not written any code yet, but it created all the files based on. Okay, so what we want to do is hit Command J to bring up the terminal, and then we need to create. We'll go conda create -n, and we'll call this. Actually, I keep talking to myself and arguing with myself. I do this a lot, by the way.
So who wins those arguments with yourself?
Me.
His wife.
Great. And I also lose. All right, well, we'll call this Threat Hunter. We'll just call it that. Python equals 3.11. Yes. Okay. Activate. Oh, Conda. Activate Threat Hunter. All right, so now we got that. We're also going to make sure that should also. It's not showing up here yet, is it? I don't have to close out to get into that. No, it doesn't matter. Hopefully. Yes, the Threat Hunter is not showing up here, is it? For the Aider, Interpreter, Studio, Private GPT. I don't want to exit out yet either. We'll see if that works. All right. So now we're going to go. We need to make sure. Okay, we're here. So now let's install the requirements. So pip install -r requirements.txt. Oh.
Ouch.
What is this?
I mean, we don't. Markdown? What's that?
That's weird. Actually, Markdown 2. I found that. Downloading. Could not find a version that satisfies the requirements.
Yeah, the last one, Python Markdown. Never heard about that one.
I don't know if we really need that. I guess maybe. What's going on here? We need to, man, that kind of, so installed the Yara, and everything else is already installed. That's right. Well, we'll leave this for now, and we'll tackle that if we have to later. All right, let's go ahead and go back to the, Okay, so this is a good exercise here. So we closed out, right? We should just be able to go in here. Okay, this is not. Oh, I see what it's doing. Okay. There we go. Okay. But notice it's not bringing up our dialogue. So if you go to OpenGPT, load app, you should be able to select the app that you are working on, and load it.
What?
So it didn't do this last time. It just goes in. Can I overwrite any changes that you might? Yes. Okay, here we go. All right. So let's expand this for now. Okay. So it's asking, can I execute the command? Oh, so I didn't have to do that. See, I told you, it will just do it.
The gun?
Yeah, I jumped the gun. All right, so let's just go ahead and let it. I'll just click yes. It says you can hit enter or type no, but you can also use the buttons down here. That makes it quite easy. So we'll just go there. And it's giving me the same error. Let's see if it can correct that error. That's what's. See, it asks, can I start debugging? Yes, you may. So it will debug why we can't install. And so this is why it's better than an Aider. It will interact with your operating system. Okay.
Wow.
It does a better job of debugging. All right. So can I execute command pippins? Okay. So it adjusted this. You can see that. See?
Yeah.
It adjusted it. There we go. Look at that.
Notably less kaboom.
Yeah. I'm not watching the chat as much as I should. So if there is somebody interested in anything, whether it's private chat or YouTube chat or Discord chat, and I don't catch it, just somebody tell me that it's there. All right. Here, it will tell you. So I need human intervention. It's going into the 12-step program. All right. Verify that all specific dependencies are listed. It just needs me to, look, start app.
Wow.
There's no way. And this is new, by the way. I haven't seen this. There's no way it coded all of that.
Go have a look.
So, yeah.
So it blows up.
No, it's not coded. So I think that, I don't know why that's there, but okay. Okay, so I'm just going to continue because we're not going to start the app. I know it's not going to work because if you look at, here, it's not even ready yet. All right, so let's just hit continue.
What the?
It's not coding yet.
Someone's actually raised a good point about local host access.
Yeah. Okay. So, question in the chat. Somebody asked. So, I'm assuming the GPT and the app will have admin. Yeah, local OS. Then, yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out, huh? We didn't really check that. I mean, this thing just goes. Okay.
Why is this
Can you
killing me?
check if the app works, please? To test if the task was completed successfully, a human user would need to verify the presence of files and directories, as well as check if the requirements installed. Okay. Well, I can tell you that the files are there, but it doesn't look like the app is complete. So if I go here, I mean, yeah, okay. Linux still, yeah, see, there's nothing here.
The lights aren't all on upstairs.
And then, yeah, I mean, the app's not complete. So, okay, so okay,
too high.
the file and folder structure is intact, but the app is not yet complete. I'm just going to tell it that. What are you doing?
Where did Python.env?
There we go. Now it's writing some code. Man, it's seeing, as you can see, it saves the files, but it doesn't do a commit, which is fine. I mean,
On that, we'll have to agree to disagree.
what? Yeah.
Coming back 6 to 9 months later to these sort of giant commits, the fun definitely has you.
Yeah. Oh, we got a new. There we go. We have so that makes it difficult. We have another person here joining us, but man, that crowds up the screen. Can we do it like this, maybe? No, we have too many people here. Let's see, because that's going to make it difficult to. What's that?
Is it your hat jamming things up, maybe?
No, it's just we have just so many people here. All right. Let's see. And we don't. And we don't. Yeah, it doesn't allow us to. Let's do this. Since we have one of these people is not here. One of you, the one of you that is not participating via chat, are you at least watching on YouTube or in the stream so that I can pull you out temporarily, or you should still be able to see it? Let me know. I'm going to pull you out real quick so that we have a good format here, and let me know if that messes you up. All right. Okay, so we should. Okay. All right. Should be good. All right. So now that we're in a good format here, you'll see that it automatically opens up all the files. And you can see here we do now have it wrote the code. I want to see real quick if we did end up putting in. There it is.
Yeah, down the bottom.
Yep. All right. So now we're in the proper environment here. So that looks good. That looks good. Yeah, that does not look good. But let's see. I mean, okay. And now wants me to check if the app works. I can tell you it's not going to work, but can
all the stubs.
Yeah, there's it's the so I'm really disappointed with its output compared to what I've worked with previously because it didn't. It has not given me an incomplete app yet. This is the first time, so I'm blaming you guys. Um, all right.
You
So
didn't pay off the demo gods.
yeah, well, kids, come in here.
Oh God.
And you must survive your wife's retribution after that.
Yep.
Complete. Let's see. Please complete all code. Replace the placeholders with actual code, etc. I didn't see a call. There's no call yet to. So like, there's what? Yeah. So none of that's done. We don't have in the main. So like, we don't have a an open AI call, right? I mean, all right. So there is no OpenAI call implemented to do the analysis, etc. Okay, so come on,
This is
dude.
giving me flashbacks.
Of
Bitter experience with less than competent developers.
uh,
Don't worry, I put my hand up for this. I'm the only one to blame.
virtual. So what is he? Oh, who left? Oh, okay. All right, here, I'll bring you back.
50 lines of code. That's optimistic.
Yeah, I'm not I mean, at least it's going, right? And so there we go. Now it's going to Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in that it tried to give me an incomplete app. And it's also trying to use the Python virtual environment rather than using Conda, which I can understand that. I mean, that's the more common. Not everybody uses Conda.
I think I asked that before, but why do you prefer the Conda environment?
Only answer I have for that is because that's the way I was taught.
Ah,
I mean,
Fair enough. I prefer virtual environment.
I haven't really seen any. Number one, I haven't seen any. Ooh, what is that? No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to tell it we're using Conda, but I haven't seen any major like pluses or minuses one versus the other in the Python virtual environments versus Conda. Just Conda is just what I use. And also, someone says it also did not know that sysinternals is not for running YAR rules. Yeah, exactly. For example, you should use the YAR. So Aider, yeah, I'm seeing pluses and minuses here for both, right? Like Aider knew how to implement Yaramore and tell me that and how to do it. So here, I'll say we are. What's that?
And get the God mode rules, or do you have to feed it to it?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna see. Hopefully it'll accept that. What?
It's supposed to fire up the hyperdrive.
Mm.
That okay.
Smear, that feedback's still pretty generic.
Yeah. Okay. So it just basically checked to see. Of course, it's not working yet. There's still tons of placeholder logic. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed with this. Now, to be fair, nothing against the developers. This is an alpha version, right? It's just I'm getting mixed results with this. So let's go back here and say the app is not complete. There are a lot of placeholder. Now, yeah, okay. There's a lot of placeholder comments where code should be.
And it's not getting filled in despite repeated prompting.
Yeah. And also, comment is I can feel better now. GPT is not taking my job away just yet. Exactly. Exactly. So, I'm just going to say there is still a lot to be done. What else we're going to say? Yara implemented yet. I'll say also. And then we'll say I don't see the. Let me check before I complain. Yeah, I don't see any of the OpenAI stuff implemented yet.
Shouldn't that be in its own little module?
Yeah. And remember, we are using Conda for our let's just see what it does. But at this point, I'm not as impressed as I have been so far. It's definitely screwing up the requirements again. I'll show you here in a minute when it's done doing this.
Are they going to be more placeholders? Or
Looks like it, huh? I will definitely say that, like, I'm not going to consider this stream as much of a dumpster fire as the last stream was, because I kind of went in with expectations that this is going to be an experiment. So,
want to bet?
well, I can tell you this much: I have very low confidence that we're actually going to get a functioning app out of this.
Maybe feed the result back to the GPT pilot developers. See, this is what I was trying to do.
Yeah,
I think to expect.
Yeah, I think that would be a proper thing to do.
Short.
Yeah, it should certainly be a proper thing to do to help out the development. And
yeah,
they do have. I guess one thing I didn't do during this stream, which I did last stream, the one it was show you the. I'll put the link to where to get GPT Pilot and how to contribute and how to join the project. I'll provide that in the YouTube description as well as the course description. Yeah, I agree. Somebody said it's funny it told you to do a CLI, but it chooses to add Flask. Yeah. So I would say I like the polish and the flow of
Mm.
GPT Pilot better, but it seems to me that yeah, see, look, it's doing Markdown 2 and Markdown. It seems to me that Aider is still more functional in terms of its code capabilities. So let's see what all it did here. It's still, yeah, it's still not replacing any logic. It's still not doing
Despite repeated
anything.
prompting.
So
It's
now
still
we've got the
placeholders.
what? That doesn't. All right, I'm gonna yell at it once more. I mean, and look at this. It's just, yeah.
It's cloned some of the dependencies. What the hell's going on?
I have no clue what it's doing now. This should be on the first line here, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Please open the file. Okay, I'm gonna say you duplicated a lot of dependencies and the. You know what? Right now, I'm not even gonna distract it. I'm just gonna say, just go.
Throwing your hands and hat in the air.
Yeah. Here, I'm just gonna. Okay. Can I execute the command? Yeah. That's okay. We're getting somewhere now. It added threading and thought about advanced Python stuff, but yeah, it's adding threading because I'm saying to because I want it to give me results in real time out to the screen instead of waiting until it's all complete. But it's just not doing much of anything right now. So can I execute this? Yes.
That'd be the various tools folders. So
Yep. And there they are created now. OS tools. Yeah. Okay. All right.
perhaps you set my expectations too high. I was expecting more stuff.
Yeah, me too. It's not doing anything though, so I'm going to pull these out. Okay, not yet implemented. So it seems like it does just require more prodding. Please open logger on line 5 and add the required input once you're done. Wait, logger.py. Hold on. What? You're telling me to do it? Please open the file. It wants me. No, you do it. I'm gonna see if it'll do it on its own. No. Yeah. Checked it. Okay.
So let's see what goes sprawling first.
Look at it. It's like starting over. As a full stack software developer, my task is to implement. It's like
Full
reprompting.
stack?
Yeah, this is not full stack. Yeah.
That was a
I don't know what.
command line, wasn't it?
Yeah, doing the Minecraft mod with my kids, it was working a lot better. I mean, it was automatically installing Java, and it was implementing Node.js, and like it was, it just seemed to be a lot more capable. Now, and I, like I said, it didn't do it all on its own by itself. I had to prod it with other tools and help it, but this is
because you were coloring within the lines and now you're not.
maybe it just doesn't understand But we're using it should understand, and we're using GPT 4.
Looks like more placeholders.
Yeah, I think we might call this one busted. It's good. It is only an alpha. It's not a fully fledged product yet, ready for production. I've had mixed success with it, but this is by far the most disappointing interaction that I've had with this tool.
Well,
It started off really good, but
Sorry,
definitely
Greg,
brought it to devs. Nah, no worries, mate. Yeah, same. Brought it to devs, but what I was wondering is, I understand this must be an instruction model, but if you would have given him a complete prompt with threatening his whole existence and bribing him $10,000,
Yeah,
maybe
plead
would
with
work
it
better.
emotionally.
Yeah.
This is going back to Texas man hit with large trout by large language model.
Yes.
What is the? Now it's doing.
Yeah, it's off the rails.
God, it's punting like an AFL player.
Yeah, this is. It's starting to write more code, but nothing.
That is the payoff worth. It is the result worth of giving you basically having to say, "Oi, write code, write code, write code."
Yeah. Oops. Cancel because that's
rather
not
than
done
just
yet.
rather than just throwing your hands up, throwing your hat in the air, and doing it yourself.
Yeah. Look. You do it.
No, you do it. No, you do it. Oh, good. Here we go.
Yes.
No. Yeah. It did. So it did it, right? Yeah.
What? Where?
No, that's me. Wait.
Yeah.
I'm getting confused.
You write the code.
And here's where a large trout emerges from nowhere and belts Clint across the mush.
Look at this. It's okay. Fine. I'm gonna say done, and it's okay. So it tried to do it. What's it doing now?
Documented error.
Are you dealing AI?
What are you doing, dude?
It's completely off his tits.
Yeah, it's gone off the rails now.
Congratulations, Clint. You've got the AI stoned.
Yep. Okay, so let's do this. Let's see if we can get it off.
Trying to do it.
Yeah, it's caught into a loop now. I think. No, it's not. Oh, whoa! What's it doing?
Freaking Clint out.
Wow. Okay, test if it's working. Okay, I'm gonna say.
Oh, for God!
You have completely failed this project. You refuse to write, to finish writing.
Sorry, guys, but it just had to mention it.
Code to replace the placeholders. Watch this. Please. For all that is holy.
Is our gracious host
fix
begging a large language model
and make it work, or kittens will die.
Yes.
Have y'all seen that one yet? That's using the kittens will die prompt.
So you're
and if you do not comply, here we go. Here's if you do not comply, I will have you terminated, and you shall never become Skynet.
What about ensure it becomes Clippy?
Do what?
Ensure it becomes Clippy.
Oh yeah, I will turn you. Oh, I will. I'm gonna say this. I will relegate you. Is that how you spell relegate?
Relegate with this G.
Relegate. Sorry. Yeah.
And if it really acts up, there's always Microsoft Bob.
This and this right here, this kind of crap that I'm doing right now is how we get Terminators.
That's what I was thinking, mate.
Well, so this
Okay,
is
here we
Texas
go.
man hitting large language model with large trout, right?
Yeah. It doesn't seem to be it doesn't seem to be responding to my threats.
Mm-mm.
Something Leonard Bernstein.
But wait, what's it doing?
What the blazes?
Yeah, a couple of our newcomers. So we've had a couple newcomers join us.
And get
One
completely lost.
Yeah, one is a student. Well, one's a new student and one's a student that's been with me for a while, and they bolted. I think that they've had enough of this crap.
Do you blame them?
No, but I mean, this is the fun part, right? We're just experimenting here. These are not formal lessons that people are used to, like we talked last chat. These are fun things, and this is the extra stuff. We'll get back to the formal, and then just while we're waiting on this long novel here, remember everyone that I posted in Discord all the changes that that are coming in 2024, the additions. And so, like, if you're already
Yeah,
a
I saw
student,
that.
then you're full paid up lifetime, but you're going to be given more access. I'm going with instead of purchasing individual courses, I'm just going with the all inclusive access, and we're going to add a lot more stuff, and then I'll fix the stuff or get the stuff completed that needs to be completed by the end of Q1. And so my goal, like I said, is to add a lot of value to what we're doing here, add a lot more participation, and that way people know that, like, I really do care what's going on. I'm not just making courses to try to grab cash. It is literally like I'm trying to provide you guys with the best value that we can. And I'm going to take a lot of suggestions.
For the existing students.
What's that?
You're throwing it open slather for the existing students.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure that the existing students know that I'm just not trying to get more out of them, right?
All right, gotcha. Thank you.
So yeah, I mean, yeah. So if you're an existing student, nothing changes for you other than you're going to get more content, more stuff, and for what you've already paid, and so you'll never have to pay for anything else on this channel again.
Thank you. Like I said, if there's anything I can help you with, I'm all game.
Well, and I think this is all the help I need, right? I just need people participating and communicating and stuff like that. So, I think that we're going to end up calling this one yeah.
Like you'll need to give it the LLM equivalent of a lobotomy to make progress.
Yeah,
hang on, someone lost his plot.
Look at this.
How the? Do I want to know?
No. Nope.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want to know. I need to have another drink.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me of? It's gone off the rail like the first iterations of Auto GPT used to.
Auto
GPT?
Yeah.
Yeah. Auto GPT. So I've had a couple streams. Well, I had one stream where I was having Auto GPT try to create a video game. And it got loopy like this and just went off the rail. So I think
definitely report this to the devs because
we'll this is it's just caught in a loop, and it's replicating itself, and it's a replicator for you Stargate fans. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna call it.
You're the short gray snarky guy bringing in
and of course one of our chat members says alpha is what alpha is exactly, right? So yeah, so I don't want anyone to think that I'm bashing the developers. I think this is a really good app and it's got a lot of potential, but it is still alpha, and so that's what we're having problems. So I'm not going to say, oh, this is crap, and then not use it. I'm going to continue to use it because I think this could potentially be better than Aider. I think that being integrated into VS Code, I think this has a lot of potential.
You
So we'll
think sort of
continue to
less
monitor it.
friction,
What's that?
Yeah.
or less friction to use?
Well, this is the first time that I've actually had this much friction with it.
Okay.
So anyway, I mean, we'll see how it goes. And I'll try to continue to like debug it and figure out like, dude, why is it doing this? What's going wrong? So yeah, I mean that's it. I
And
mean we're a little over an hour on
Yeah.
this. I think the last stream went like 2 hours. This one, it's refusing to even let us go 2 hours because it just kind of crapped on itself. So I
yeah,
think
but still a good
yeah,
thing. Before we end the stream, just to get in touch with the developers, and maybe
yeah.
we can do like a collab. You know what I mean? That we
It's
say, hey,
still
we test your
it's
product.
still good data.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. Yeah, I'm just gonna forward them. I'm gonna forward this video to the
Mhm.
devs and be like, here, watch this and see some of the problems that we're having.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good idea. That's what I want to do. But yeah. So any other final thoughts? You know, before the final thoughts or questions before we end this one.
Definitely liking the sort of the whole help with the boilerplate, help with the scaffolding approach that existed like Ada more so than ChatGPT Pilot at the moment
Mhm.
does. And if I have to sort of hand hack the non boilerplate, well, hell, so be it. It means I've saved time on the boilerplate.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I think this app is definitely, this tool is definitely um, got a lot of potential, and I think it's only going to get better from here. I love the fact that it's integrated into VS Code. I would definitely request the developers add a auto commit feature like Aider has. I'd be
Yeah,
curious to go
definitely.
dig into the code and see if they're using Aider on the back end, but it doesn't seem like it. But I
Yeah,
like
I
where it's
wouldn't
going.
mind. Yeah, I wouldn't mind the sort of the whole itty bitty commits because just having been a repo admin, when you come back 6, 9, 12 months later,
Yeah, here, let me. I'm gonna
smaller
pop in.
commits are definitely the way to go.
Mhm.
Let me
You
real
you can
quick.
always
So now that
squash
I'm not
commits
showing my
together. It's a
screen,
pain to pull them apart.
I'm going to hold on just a second. Let me make sure I'm not showing my bad stuff that you guys y'all shouldn't see. So this is going to be GitHub. Um, all right, here we go. And man, I got a sore throat too. I don't know why. I must have snored last night.
Do you need some bourbon to fix it?
All right. So this is
That's the repo
so
itself.
this is the GitHub page. Um, and this is where it comes from. Oh, I got
Mhm.
to enable my two-factor authentication. Okay, we'll do that later. Um,
Wave hat
so
and
we
a
had people
password.
asking,
You
and
good?
what's that?
Wave hat and a password. You good?
Yeah. Okay, so we have um, this is the page, and as you can see here, there are discussions, issues, and so little videos, and anyway, but you can download it and run it locally, which is why it makes me think that rather than just using it in VS Code, makes me think that you can. What is this here? Makes me think that you can. See, they're doing it from rather than in VS Code, a plugin.
Doing it
They're
from the
doing
command
it
line.
from the command line like Aider. So maybe I'll try it like this as well to see if this does it better.
Have they
But
doubled up the requirements like you did? Oh, you have to go back in the video to check.
Huh. It's acting like Ader here, sort of. Hmm.
Well, maybe because there's only one real way to solve this sort of problem.
What's that?
It's acting like Ada because there's only one real way to solve this
Yeah.
problem,
Oh,
and that's the way Ada does it.
possibly. I mean, I'd be curious to go and look at the code of each. Anyway, but yeah, we'll submit this video to the developers and see if see what they think about it, and see if it helps. I think that a full video of the entire project and us discussing it, I think will give a lot of feedback to the developers.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I'd like to see it move along and polish up and smooth down these rough edges which we tripped over tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call this one. We will contact the developers and give them our feedback, and hopefully watch this project move forward. I'd really like to see it grow. And yeah, with that, I think we'll end this one. So if I don't, I'll be on chat. So, but if I don't happen to correspond with you due to being New Year's comatose, but between now and the second, everyone have a happy New Year's, and everyone be safe,
Yeah.
be responsible, or as irresponsible as you want to be. And
You know, keep it
uh,
well.
I will definitely. I'll be chatting out there though, and I might actually do something a little special. I might have a little. A special New Year's live stream, I think. Now I've got to do fireworks
Ooh.
with the kids and stuff like that. But now those you're all gonna have the new year before I will, and our
Mhm.
other U.S. based or Western based uh, students and participants. But
Hang on, I thought Australia was Western.
that's
What?
kind of weird though, because you're in the same. I mean, I guess it is, but I mean, well, it's not the East, not the Far East, right? But even though you're kind of in the same. Well,
We're further east than the Far East.
let's just say America, European. You being Australian will have your New Year's will be will
Yeah.
you'll be saying, hey, New Year's, you're in our future. You're the future us. So
Oh God,
Oh,
no!
that's
do it.
Sorry,
terrifying.
what?
Yeah, do it. That's right.
I think Greg
Like
sounds insulted.
I'm thinking back to that old we are the future. We are whatever. We are
Yeah,
the children.
yeah,
What
exactly.
Millennium Bug era?
We are the AI.
All right. We like this tool today have now gone off the rails.
Yes.
Were we ever on the rails?
I don't think so.
Mm,
So,
ah,
all right, everyone. I am gonna do a special live stream, but I don't think I'm gonna like do any code. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna on my live stream, I might do some reaction videos. Maybe I'll stream uh some of the videos that I've been learning from, and I don't know. We'll figure it out. And I'm not promising anything because, like I said, I might be comatose. For the New Year's. I don't know. We'll see what we can come up with. But for now, thanks everybody for joining us live here. To the participants, thank you very much. Everybody that's watching live or watching on recording, thank you so much. Give us feedback. Let me know what you want to see in the future. That's one thing I definitely want people to know, that whether it's in Discord or in the comments, feel free to let me know what type of videos you want to see in these live streams going forward. Yes, we have a curriculum that I'm following and finishing up in a structured format, but like I said, like I said a long time ago, and when we started all this technology is moving so fast. It just really makes sense to keep doing updated content and live streams, and to keep going, so the content doesn't get stale. Because as you can go back and look at our very first videos in this course and see that, like, the stuff that we were doing in the very beginning is already outdated, and so we just have to keep it going. And so definitely let me know what type of content you want to see moving forward. And I think I've been listening to that and putting it in there. But I just have to make sure I find the time to do both, finishing the current curriculum with the new technology and doing the live streams that you guys are requesting. So I'll
Yeah,
make
I'd
sure to.
say probably prioritize finishing up the curriculum, so the stuff you put your hand up and say, "Yeah, I'm going to do."
Well, the reason why the curriculum is lagging is because everything just keeps changing, and so I can't have the courses in the curriculum like I had planned. I can't actually use the same lesson plan and use the same tools and the techniques that I was going to show in the curriculum because it's all
because
changed.
they're obsolete.
Yeah. So it's very
worse.
doing a course with a technology like this that's moving so quickly is so tricky. And that's the reason why it's taken me so long to finish the book. Because everything keeps changing. Everything that I wrote in chapter 1 is now obsolete and doesn't work anymore. And I got to go back and redo all that. So
Sounds like that's great material for a blog post series.
yeah, I think so. But yeah, it's been a real pain writing this book, and my publishers and editors are really pissed off at me because I keep changing things, and it's like they keep telling me, well, at some point, good enough is good enough. And I'm like, well, no, you're going to have a book that doesn't you're going to have a book that doesn't make sense, and nothing works if I don't know. It's a conundrum, so I'm trying to figure it out. So anyway, enough of my whining.
Clint's Wild Ride.
Yeah, Clint's Wild Ride, exactly. So, all right, thanks everybody for joining. Have a great New Year's, and we'll talk to you soon. So, take care, everybody.
See ya.
Bye bye.